California Alliance of Caregivers.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Senator Roth. I'm Jen Rexroad, a former foster parent and the Executive Director of California Alliance of Caregivers. California Alliance of Caregivers represents the voices of foster kinship, guardian, and adoptive families to promote the well-being of children in foster care, and is proud to strongly support the new permanent foster care rate structure proposal. It is undeniable that children and youth in foster care face immense challenges, and we have been unable as a state to provide adequate support and care for these youth. The proposed changes outlined in the foster care rate proposal provide so many innovative opportunities to help children and families. I will focus on a few highlights. The foster care rate proposal fundamentally changes how children and youth will be assessed to determine their level of need for support and services by using a validated functional assessments tool for the first time ever, the CANS. The CANS will replace the current level of care protocol tool, or the LOCP. It is a key change because the current LOCP is not a validated assessment tool and is used unequally throughout the 58 counties. By using the CANS as the assessment tool, it is estimated that 19% of children and youth in foster care, or 8,000, will result in a Tier 2 placement, which is the equivalent of the current intensive services foster care rate, or the ISFC rate. Currently, only 3.5%, or approximately 1,400 children and youth in foster care are receiving the ISFC rate. This means that on any given day, thousands, currently 6,500, children and youth who qualify for intensive services foster care are not receiving it. Thousands of children and youth are currently not being given the appropriate level of support and services that they need in order to keep them from experiencing more traumatic events as they fail from placement to placement or fail to stay in a family home due to the lack of assistance they need to thrive. Investing in families with significantly higher rates to caregivers reflects the true need for greater support and services in family-based settings than is provided under the current interim foster care rate structure. The new foster care rates proposal is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to finally recognize that our children and families need greater support and services in order to stabilize and improve the lives of vulnerable children. Furthermore, by recognizing and adequately funding caregivers, this proposal funds the outcomes we all want to achieve. Children should live with family in a safe and supported home setting, receiving the appropriate level of support and services in order to keep connected to their communities of origin. This proposal does that by having the funding follow the child wherever they are, rather than the placement they are in. All children and youth enter at Tier 2 temporarily, including when they are placed with emergency caregivers or relatives. For too long, the state's foster care rate system has missed the mark by not supporting caregivers up front upon the placement of a child. This proposal reverses the historical inequality experienced by relatives who are asked to care for kin, but without receiving the same level of services offered to other families who have been pre-approved as a resource parent. This proposal treats all caregivers equally. Not only does it reverse historical inequality in how relatives are supported, but the new proposal recognizes that substantial support is needed up front from day one, regardless of where the child or youth is placed. In addition, we celebrate the new funding to support strength building and to address a child or youth's immediate needs, including those for young adults in foster care who are 18 to 21. Both of these unprecedented new funds will allow youth to deepen connections to their communities and increase their overall well-being. In particular, extracurricular and enrichment activities can provide positive childhood experiences to help mitigate the effects of trauma. In a county-administered child welfare system, it is common to have significant inconsistencies in service delivery, varying levels of support for children, youth, and families, and gaps in oversight and accountability. Ensuring that there is state oversight, accountability with outcome data, in a model contract with standards of care with this new infusion of investment will help provide equitable support and services in all counties to all children and families. For all of these reasons, California Alliance of Caregivers strongly supports the new investments in the future of our vulnerable children and youth outlined in this proposal. In conclusion, we thank our colleagues for their comments. Many of their concerns can and will be addressed in implementation, and some can be addressed in TBL. Concerns about the proposal have to be weighed against the enormous life-changing benefits for children, youth, and families. This proposal overall is exceptional.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rexford.